I kind of referenced a bit. So I mentioned the ITCA as a good example of how to let's say de-risk an investment like the infrastructure I'm speaking of. But I think more is needed in terms of financing. So definitely we will need further coordination, especially on an EU level. So between governments on how to get infrastructure like this off the ground. But I think we see a lot of good initiative, especially from Germany and then lately also from Denmark in terms of how to de-risk and finance infrastructure like this. And I think a lot of lessons can be learned from those. And then hopefully we can leverage those to get a more Europe-wide setup. But in order to de-risk infrastructure to the EU and also private financiers, obviously we come back to the offtake. Even on the infrastructure side, we come back on the offtake. So we're the intermediary, and we need the let's say the tension between the ends, so to speak. So we really do need to align and make sure that there's a sufficient degree of offtake. I'm not saying that we would have to be 100% de-risked. I think a certain amount of risk needs to go to EU, the governments and the private investors, because there's a tremendous upside in terms of getting this type of infrastructure and markets off the ground. But I think the de-risking of the offtake is very key. So it'll come back on the policy and making the mandates pull the market up, so to speak. And there we just aim to be at the very forefront. So making sure that we won't become the bottleneck once Boris has its 100 megawatt plant operational. So that's the key here.